roughly Lake Norman. That's where I live. It's about 16 miles northeast to where we're sitting right now. That would be a tough night march in the rain, which had moved in that evening. Patriot horsemen opened the battle, and the fighting was up close and personal. I mean, neighbor against neighbor, family members, etc. Many of you have heard the war between the states described as brother against brother. Let me tell you, it did not hold a candle to the Revolutionary War in general and in specific to this action here. The actual battle lasted 2 to 3 hours and resulted in a Patriot victory. However, the cost of that victory was high, particularly for the Patriots, who fielded no more than 1/3 the number of men as did the Loyalists. Casualties were approximately the same on both sides, with each suffering 50 men killed and 100 wounded. Approximately 200 Loyalists were captured, most of whom were later paroled. Loyalist commander Lieutenant Colonel Moore returned to Cornwallis only to face the general's wrath for having disobeyed his orders, including being threatened with court-martial. The importance of the Battle of Ramsour's Mill was that the British effort to recruit Loyalists for Cornwallis's army to support his move north through the Carolinas from Charleston was severely hampered. Had the Patriots been unsuccessful in disrupting Cornwallis's recruiting efforts here, it's believed as many as 2,000 additional militia troops may have been available to British General Patrick Ferguson at the Battle of Kings Mountain, which occurred less than 4 months after the battle here. If you've not already done so, take advantage of the opportunity to walk through the encampments and talk to the reenactors. And looking ahead, the 250th anniversary of this battle will occur in 2030. But please keep an eye out for everything else we'll be doing along the way with other activities, including annual 250th anniversary events, which began for our chapter last year with the reenactment of the Boston Tea Party, which was held in December at Betty Ross Park here in Lincoln. Now, you've heard about the Battle of Ramsour Mill, Ramsour's Mill, Mr. Ramsour, Derek Ramsour to be exact. Been in this area about 10 or 12 years. Came from Pennsylvania. He was either Pennsylvania, Dutch, German, etc. You might think you're going to see a reenactment of the Battle of Ramsour's Mill, but we're going to give you a curveball today. And the reason we're going to do that, there's a lot of interest around the cabin to my left, and there's an action that occurred, in September of '80, so that would be 3 months after this one. And it is focused on an attack on a local cabin located at it's known as the Battle of Graham's Fork. It occurred in September 1780, about 30 miles southwest of here, for those that are from this area, near Buffalo Creek, which was then Lincoln County, now Cleveland County. The house located there was owned by one Colonel William Graham, and Loyalists led by John Burke, numbering about 2 dozen, had been working and raiding in the area, and they came upon upon William Graham's cabin. Colonel Graham was in the house with David Doherty, William Twitty, and several others. Patriots were surprised when the Loyalists showed up and demanded entry into the house, and the Patriots refused. The Loyalists then answered the only way you would expect. They opened fire. "Damn you, won't you surrender now?" the Loyalists called out. Shortly after that, John Burke decided he would attack the cabin by himself, and he was summarily killed right there on the spot. Several other Loyalists were wounded along the way, and there were no casualties for the Patriots at all. This is emblematic of the backwoods fighting, the militia actions, And as I said earlier, the very up close and personal fight that occurred here in the southern theater of the war, very much different than the New England theater of the war. And lots of people, particularly even people that grow up around here, all of the focus in the education system seemed to be focused on New England. But now, the Southern Theater is coming to light. A short while, just to close the book on William Graham's cabin, a short while later, when he and the rest of the guys were out, the Loyalists returned, sacked the place, stole everything that wasn't nailed down, and probably some stuff that was, and plundered the property. Welcome to the militia fight in the backcountry of the Carolinas, and what you're going to see now is a depiction of the action I just described to you. Stand by, I got to let these guys know when to start. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Battle of Ramsour, September 1780.
Hold your fire, man. Hold your fire.
By right authority of the King, His Majesty, I demand that you throw down your arms and exit the building.
All due respect, sir. I'm going to have to deny your request.
There's no need for bloodshed. Lay them low.
Apparently, the women stuck in there.
Fire in advance. Fire in advance. Keep low, guys. Oh! Take it easy. Take it easy.
once John Burke was shot and killed, leadership was gone, and that caused the remainder of the troops to recede to where they came.
Which one was that?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the backwoods of the Southern Theater of the American Revolution.